On a battlefield thick with dust, steel, and uncertainty, a single decision transformed the fate of an empire's campaign. As pressure mounted across the front lines and the struggle intensified, Prince Bayezid emerged as the central figure in a dramatic counteroffensive that would redefine the course of the conflict. His swift and aggressive cavalry maneuvers from the Ottoman right wing not only broke the opposing flank, but decisively shifted momentum in favor of the Ottoman army. The Ottoman forces, commanded by Sultan Murad I, had advanced deep into contested Balkan territories. Facing a determined coalition of regional powers, the stakes were extraordinarily high. The battle was more than a clash of armies. It was a contest over the political future of southeastern Europe. As fighting erupted, the Ottoman formation stretched across the field in its traditional alignment. The Sultan commanded from the center, while his sons took responsibility for the wings. On the right flank stood Prince Bayezid, a commander already gaining recognition for his boldness and tactical instinct. Opposite him, enemy forces prepared to counter the Ottoman advance with disciplined infantry and heavily armored cavalry. The early hours of battle were marked by ferocity on both sides. The coalition forces pressed hard, testing the Ottoman lines for weaknesses. Reports from the field described intense exchanges of arrows, spears, and sword blows as units collided in brutal close combat. For a time, the outcome remained uncertain. Bayezid watched carefully from his position on the right wing. Rather than committing his full strength immediately, he maintained cohesion among his cavalry units, preserving their mobility. His strategy was clear. Wait for the precise moment when the enemy flank exposed itself, then strike with overwhelming speed. That moment came as the opposing forces advanced aggressively toward the Ottoman center, attempting to break the heart of the formation. In doing so, they extended their own lines and created vulnerabilities along their flank. Bayezid recognized the opportunity instantly. With orders delivered swiftly across the ranks, the Ottoman cavalry surged forward. Thousands of horsemen moved in coordinated waves, their banners cutting through the haze of the battlefield. The thunder of hooves echoed across the plain as Bayezid led the charge at the head of his forces. The speed of the assault caught the enemy off guard. What had moments before appeared to be a stable line suddenly found itself under immense pressure. Ottoman cavalry units struck at the exposed flank, targeting command positions and disrupting communication. The impact was immediate and devastating. Witness accounts from later chroniclers describe confusion spreading among the coalition ranks. Units that had been advancing confidently were forced to pivot and defend against the unexpected assault. In the chaos, cohesion faltered. Some formations broke apart entirely under the relentless Ottoman charge. Bayezid's maneuver was not a simple frontal attack. It was a calculated encirclement designed to collapse the enemy's structure from the side. By maintaining speed and momentum, his cavalry prevented the opposition from regrouping effectively. Each attempt to stabilize the line was met with another wave of mounted warriors. The psychological effect of the counterattack proved as powerful as its physical force. Soldiers who moments earlier believed they held the advantage now faced the terrifying prospect of being surrounded. Morale shifted rapidly. Where there had been confidence, uncertainty took hold. As the right flank of the coalition began to crumble, the consequences rippled across the battlefield. The Ottoman center, previously under pressure, found relief as enemy units were forced to redirect their focus. Coordination among coalition forces deteriorated further, and gaps widened between their formations. Bayezid's leadership during the assault stood out prominently. Riding at the forefront, he directed movements with precision, ensuring that momentum was sustained. His ability to maintain discipline within the fast-moving cavalry units prevented disorder from undermining the offensive. In medieval warfare, where battles often devolved into chaotic melees, such control was a mark of exceptional command. The collapse of the opposing flank marked a decisive turning point. What began as a balanced and uncertain engagement shifted clearly in favor of the Ottomans. With their right wing shattered, coalition forces struggled to mount an effective countermeasure. The broader implications of Bayezid's counterattack extended beyond the immediate battlefield. Military observers recognized that speed, coordination, and timing had triumphed over sheer numbers. The Ottoman cavalry, honed through years of frontier warfare, demonstrated a level of tactical sophistication that distinguished it from many of its adversaries. As news of the victory spread, Bayezid's reputation grew rapidly. His decisive action earned him the moniker Yildirim, meaning the Thunderbolt, a title that reflected both the speed of his assault and its overwhelming impact. The name would follow him throughout his career, symbolizing the aggressive energy that defined his leadership. The victory also reinforced the strategic doctrine that would characterize Ottoman expansion in the decades to come. Flexibility, disciplined reserves, and rapid maneuvering became hallmarks of their campaigns. Bayezid's counterattack served as a vivid example of how these principles could transform the tide of battle in a matter of moments. For Sultan Murad I, the success of his son's maneuver provided critical reinforcement at a time of uncertainty. The stability of the right wing ensured that the Ottoman formation held firm, allowing the army to press its advantage and secure broader gains. In retrospect, historians view Bayezid's charge as more than a dramatic battlefield episode. It symbolized the emergence of a new generation of Ottoman leadership, commanders capable of independent decision-making and bold execution under pressure. The counterattack was not merely reactive, it was an assertion of strategic initiative. The terrain that day bore witness to a transformation. Where the coalition once pressed forward with determination, Ottoman banners now advanced. The momentum had shifted irreversibly. The thunder of cavalry that echoed across the field signaled not only a tactical victory, but a broader affirmation of Ottoman military power. The battle would be remembered for many dramatic moments. Yet Bayezid's decisive counterattack remained central to its outcome. By identifying vulnerability, acting with speed, and sustaining relentless pressure, he altered the trajectory of the engagement and secured a defining triumph for the empire. In the chronicles of Ottoman history, such episodes illustrate the fine line between victory and defeat. A single maneuver, executed at the right time, can change the destiny of nations. On that battlefield, amid chaos and uncertainty, Prince Bayezid's thunderous charge ensured that the Ottoman advance would continue, stronger, more confident, and propelled by the momentum of a decisive and unforgettable counterstrike.